Welcome back to Supercoach Masters with Geordie, and alongside me is Matt Zeebs.
Matt Zeebs alongside here is Geordie. Where can these people find us if they haven't found us already?
On all the socials, just look at it, I'm going to put it on the screen, look at us there. But we can't waste any time today because we want to talk about so many things. We want to talk about Yeo. We want to talk about Yeo. We want to talk about Yeo. And all those people say, oh man, I know you're real busy. Look at my team. Stop it. I didn't have a chance to do my team.
Didn't it blow up?
Yeah.
I think it was the best thing that ever happened to
I
Supercoach.
loved it. And it's such a structural, integral part of a lot of teams.
Now, are we going to, just so these guys are going to be, are we going to show our teams at the end of this?
Fuck yeah. We've got a team review, each of our teams, because a lot has changed.
And
it should change. People are saying, I don't know, that one, mid-price to affect my whole structure. It should.
It will.
It should.
It should and
you shouldn't
it
be
will.
like, I'm just going to get that Day or Clark I've always never wanted.
Do you really want a Day Clark?
They're not bad. But
do you really want them?
That's my excuse to do what I... So now anyway, before we get there, we've got the Kickstart Hall of Fame, new edition.
Oh, the
This is
Kickstart
the people that have been sending the coffees in. We just want to show our appreciation.
Supercoach baller, look at him go.
We'll put this on the screen for you guys. Look at that. We've got the Supercoach Baller. He's just an anonymous person, so we just call him Supercoach Baller because he wants to remain anonymous.
And clearly he's
H
balling.
donation.
If he's balling that much and just giving us all those coffees, we just love coffee, we just want each coffees, don't we? Just want coffee shorts?
Yeah. Benny T, you didn't get back to me with what photo you wanted, so I just put the Bond. Who doesn't like the Bond?
Who doesn't like the Bond except me?
And Dave, turn it up, SEM.
Oh, we love turn it up.
Big Hawthorn man. 4 donations for him. And then we got rounding it out, Dean Fields,
My boy Dean.
Blake B, Jane Mizza, Batman, and John M. So thanks for those guys. You're the ones that have made the podcast possible.
Jamie Mizza, John. There's two of us. There's two of us.
That's
I'm kidding.
Any appreciation.
Is
thanks,
lovely,
guys. And
lovely.
if you want to get your name on this list, get us a fucking coffee.
Get us a coffee, please.
Anyway, speaking of Anon, he actually wanted to shout us some KFC, but with the amount he sent over, it wasn't enough for KFC. But I know you're wondering what these are. I got you. Take it. Yes.
So this is cauliflower puffs.
Now, I know Maddie had a stink up about broccoli once, so...
I'm eating a chewy right now, George. I'm not going to be...
If you look here, it says made with real cauliflower. Wait, is yours the same as mine? Why's yours different?
No, mine. I've got a sour cream
I got sea salt. Anyway, we'll get stuck into these on the podcast later.
We'll get stuck on the podcast.
Thanks, Anon. We are
Thanks,
Supercoach Baller. That's what the money went to. The Supercoach KFC delivery was about $15, so that's half the donation. So
good
we
job.
went with the cauliflower puffs. All right.
George, you're going to lead the way because I don't know where to start. We've got so many things to talk about.
Let's talk about Elliot Yeo because people want to either stay the same, go up, or go down.
Oh, yeah.
And usually they don't really want to decide. They want me to decide. And they go like, hey, what should I do with my team now that Yeo's out? You decide. You either want to go up, down, or stay the same. Personally, me, without revealing the team, we'll get into the end. I went up. Manny?
I went down.
Ooh, just can't wait to see those team reveals. So, a lot of...
But wait a minute. Like, I think I had an extra premium than you, so we're probably on the same par now.
No.
Yeah. We've probably got the same teams.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
I doubt it, because I got some special people I hate in there.
Special people, new people we hate.
Well, it's hard to know when this video is actually going to be released. We're doing it today, but we don't know if Carlton's have played yet, depending on how fast we can upload this.
Right now it's 3:30 and we want to get quick so we can get it out right before the team starts. So I want to see some teams, I want to see some games, I want to be on my couch and have my phone off.
Okay. So some sideways trades, people don't want to fuck with their structure. I can respect that. I don't agree with it. So I am thinking Will Day, Hunter Clark, and the people that didn't have Liam Jones are the 3 best options around that ballpark. What do you think, Matt Zeebs?
I think they are, as far as staying the same and not spending too much and maybe getting a couple of bucks for Liam Jones, definitely I would think that. I see a lot of teams that have kind of brought Connor McKenna back in.
On the field, if he was scoring what he used to score, that would be a great move. But I do not have the balls, testicles, the reproductive organs of the male.
No, we know. They're all right. They're nice. They're sure. So don't be too hard on
to
yourself.
Get McKenna. I'm going to be very hard. Let's get into these coconut cards.
All right, you let me know because mixing them with chewies is not a good idea.
Ooh, you can really taste. You can really smell the sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is?
They just sounded like sour
They're like the broccoli ones. They're exactly the same.
the same. There should be a segment of...
How are these $6?
They were $6
Each.
Well, then I'm taking these home.
What are you going to do? Feed them to your dog?
Oh,
Anyway.
no, you won't eat them. You won't eat them anyway.
Why do I do this? Anyway.
So back to Yeo. So yes, Yeo to Jones to Day to Hunter Clark are probably the safest options as far as drop security. Jordy, you really taste them all.
They're good, champ.
They're good.
Thanks a lot, Anon.
Yeah. So there's... So the other fringe players that I like that I don't think are going to be, or maybe like you got your Hayden Croziers, you got your Liam Stockers, you got the Nathan Wilsons that are still a bit nervy, knowing that we haven't even seen the teams yet. But the drop security there isn't much, so probably agreed upon with Day, Clark, and Jones as a downgrade.
They're the best three, and I think Day's a bit of an upgrade, but they're around the same price. If you're going to go up from Yeo, there's the go-to ones, personally for me, Doherty, Stewart, Ridley, Dacos, still great options. Cumming, and you can chuck, if you want to go to town and splurge on a Sinclair, Sicily, Dawson, really expensive, but if you want to go up to them guys, fair enough. Any other options you'd consider going up to? No. Not worth it. Bailey Dale?
Yeah, I was thinking of him.
You said no other option.
I said I was thinking, but he's not an option. Like I was thinking of him to think that he could be a good vibe because he's around the 5'6" instead of the 600, so he could be an extra 40k in there versus the Dohertys and the Stewarts and the Dawsons and the Sicilies and the ones that are in that 600 bracket.
And going all the way down, if you don't have, because a couple of people didn't have Kunstler on the field, just get him on. It's an easy fix for your structure. McKenna's another one. A rookie. So if some people are playing rookie, some people want to loop some of the Carlton boys tonight. Now let's get into the Carlton boys straight away. That's Yeo for you. I've gone up, Matty's gone down. We'll show you what that looks like for our team structure at the end. Let's talk rookies now. Let's talk about which ones, because a lot are named and a lot Cowan. I don't feel very comfortable with Cowan because I've seen the bench of Carlton with there's Marchbank, there's Pitternet. There's a lot of good players still to come back in that team. And also there's that Chin Cotter as well. That was
breathing down his neck. Well, look, Herald Sun's released an article. So Lucky Cowan, his practice match was 57. He averaged 141 in his VFL, so which is pretty goddamn impressive. So this is what they say about him. Meet the future kicking pig. There is nothing Cowan loves more than tucking the ball under his arms, streaming out for the defence and launching it along in a penetrating kick. He averaged 141 Supercoach points per game in the NAB League for the Tasmania Devils, ranked third in the competition behind a couple of handy plays in Will Ashcroft and Elijah Tatsis, who are clearly the pick of the litter there, Ashcroft and Tatsis. His attacking brain is very attractive for Supercoach. He has showed in the preseason games. So that
makes me feel a bit better.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As far as the role play, yes, because I think is Newman named, George? I think he's on the interchange, but I don't think because McGovern's named. All of their defensive structures have been named. There's no one missing from the defensive.
Marchbank did play a bit last year, and he's did he? And he's not in the side. He can easily be the one that can play for Carlton.
Yeah.
And obviously there's Chin Cotter as well. Obviously Welsh comes back in the team, so people are going to be going out. Obviously, I don't know if Pitternet stays out of the team for long. He's clearly the best ruckman at Carlton. So I don't know what they're doing there, and it's kind of nerve-wracking trying to get Cowan. What do you think about Hollands? I know you're really pretty hot on him on the wing, though. He hasn't got any CBAs.
He's the first to go.
You reckon?
Welsh will come, but because he's a midfielder.
He's named on the field.
He's named on the field as a wingman. Welsh comes in, he's the first to go.
They still also got Ed Curnow on the field as well.
I saw Ed Curnow on the field, and it would be great if he doesn't play for Holland's sake. But I think that 1.6 awkward price for that rookie.
You had him, so I'm guessing you got rid of him. The tone of your voice sounds like...
I did get rid of him, yes, because I needed that money to do other things. But I still like him. I wanted to have him as an emergency to see if he can do it, but then I'm like...
being named on field is a pretty... you think they're going to be trying to get him a lot of games into him. They really rate him, obviously, because he's a great player.
And is it
I think he's going to get a fair amount of games, but he's got 58 scoring potential.
I just think
shaky without CBAs.
I think a lot of people agree.
He got a lot higher dream team, though, which is a promising sign for the people who are picking Ollie Hollands. He got about 10, 15 more dream team, roughly, than his Supercoach score in the practice game.
Yeah.
You got some stuff about Ollie Hollands in the Rookie Bible that we want to tell the...
Good old... I'm sure we do. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, so Ollie Hollands on the field. So
Ollie Hollands, this is what... So here, his first practice match 162,000. He averaged, he got 59. He averaged 114 under 18 champs. So this is what we said, or they said. The Blues have made no secret of the desire to add their outside stocks, and Hollands will complete for the spot right away. The elite running midfielder, and he is, who took out the 2 kilometre time trial of the draft, combined with the blistering of a 5 minutes and 54, was the third ranked Supercoach scorer in the national championships, averaging 114, 23 disposal average, and 6 to 7 marks. Hollands is a different player to his brother. Who's his brother?
Elijah.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Gold Coast young, yeah, there you go, youngster Elijah. But he could be just as promising as a Supercoach cheapie. So, I don't know. Look,
I don't mind him. If he was the same price as all the other rookies, I'd be getting him on the.
I think so
definitely.
Too.
I'm just trying to squeeze all the money onto the field.
So reading Carlton's team, Carlton have kind of gone in with a heavy team. So the people that are a noticeable absence is Walsh, Zach Williams
will miss all year, which is great.
So then you've got the emergencies that aren't playing a game today, which is Plowman, O'Brien, Honey, Pianet. So you'll think Sam Walsh will come right in. On the interchange still is Newman, Chera, Curnow, which is a pretty strong bench.
It's a strong bench. They love Motlop.
It's a strong bench. The ones that
Owies
and Martin and
Jack Martin they like. I don't know unless he gets injured. So there's not many people that we expect him to come out. Lockie Lewis Young, I think it is, at down back at Carlton is pretty good. He's consolidated his spot. There's only really that one spot. I mean, Ed Curnow can go out, but he has been a Carlton superstar for many years. They want to play him more on the wing as well, so that's one to watch. I
just think
the emergencies are not really too worrying Lockie O'Brien. Maybe Plowman a bit, but what do you think, man?
I think one, like when he hits a wall, maybe strings a couple of good games together, Ollie Hollands, and you see that he gets maybe 7 touches one game against a good side, you can see, we're going to be resting him. Not manage or resting, that type of...
Yeah, but that's going to be for a game, then he'll get back in.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't think that the scoring potential is clearly but the role on the wing, I don't know.
Maybe we'll shed some light when we get to some next ones, Matty. Judd McVie, he got named for Melbourne with Bailey Laurie, who's been in the system a couple of years. There was words on Bailey Laurie trying to debut, but he didn't get a game. For a year or two, but Judd McVie has. But
Judd McVie, Ramon's spot's confirmed. He averaged 48 in the VFL, so already not really pleasing to the eye. Scored a 23 in his practice game. He's a defence mid. That's the only thing. But even it's an expensive defence mid for someone that's getting. He could potentially lose money. Straight up if he gets that stuff.
Look, I'm going to say straight up, we're rushing here. So Judd McVie's going to be a no.
Pass.
His pre-season VFL numbers are nothing to marvel at. I mean, Bailey Laurie's Supercoach average was like 81 during his time in the VFL. He's got a little bit more, but his practice game he only scored 17, and it's pretty much from a full game. Matty, when we read about Bailey Laurie,
so Mr. Laurie entering his 3rd season. Laurie's another should be given a taste of AFL footy this year after an injury-hampered progress. The clever small, so he's a small forward. Sir Percy Van Rooner's monster score last year, registering a mammoth 174 points with 30 disposals on 3 goals.
Shit.
Jesus. So Laurie will likely to play as a small forward and get his chance with his ball use. Seriously, no.
Viney, Fritsch, Salam, these guys coming back into the team. These Melbourne job security ones are shaky at best.
Yeah, stay away from the Melbourne boys. I know their name ran around, but no.
I don't know if it will be in this article, but that West Adelaide player...
right here.
Michelani.
All right, so good old Michelani. There was some hype and talk. He didn't impress us much. He got 38 in his Supercoach. He's averaged 68 in the 18s. Taylor Walker signed out the Adelaide's father-son recruit who has once been outstanding on the track this pre-season, and it's just not Walker who has been impressed with all, suggesting this classy defender isn't far off a debut. So we've just confirmed today that he is going to make a debut.
Yeah, and he's going to be a lockdown, so I think that's a no. And he's had a bit of an elevated price in the back line, so the 1-3 kind of area. So I'm going to 1-3-5. I'm going to say no to him, guys. I don't think we should be getting him as well.
No, I agree.
Gibney, I don't think we need to look too much into Gibney because he was confirmed, so was Chesser. But Gibney is a must-have. Chesser is another interesting one, though, and Noah Long. So Maddie, wouldn't we go to Chester or Noah Long? We'll just talk about a bit about them. I personally haven't been too sold on Noah Long.
I didn't like him at all, to be honest. So, look, he's averaged 90 in his NAB league. He did not play a practice match. So, to get named round, he is that nice, juicy price at the 117, which is a dual position. So, so you could consider him. But, yeah, the Eagles are really back in the KFC Supercoach with Long confirmed a surprise debut with Chester Gibney on Tuesday. His role might not be Supercoach friendly, which, while we're talking about him then, but this teenager is very clever around goal and terrific. So this guy's clearly a small forward.
Yeah.
Probably filling in the role for Willie Rioli going to Port Adelaide, maybe.
They think that he could be a risk of a vest as well. So we definitely don't want any vest people.
I don't like that. We haven't really seen him on the park. When we saw, I knew that Gibney was going to be a jet, as Geordie called him, but once we saw him, he was magnificent.
Now, talk to me a bit about Chester, because Chester is in my team at the moment. He's dual position, 123k. I remember watching the Pracky game. I wasn't too impressed. I know he didn't play a lot of it, but from what I saw with Chester, he was 30. He got 61% time on ground and scored 33. Not the best, not the worst. But tell me a bit about him, Matty.
Oh, he's averaged 61 in that WAFL.
That's not a huge amount, is it?
No, it's not. But look, he's going to do a debut. Certain started for Chester last year. He stumbled ultimately for foot injuries in the pre-season practice match. There is a silver line for the Supercoach players out there with that super duper mid defence and receiving a discount from his elevated 2020 price. So look, they've always thought well of Mr. Chester, but the Eagles are crying out for run and dash for the half-back, and Chester brings that to in spades. So so he's been on a modified program. Blah, blah, blah. He kicked a couple of goals in the intra-club match before impressing in the first practice match. So that's why they've locked him in.
Yep. What are you thinking of him? I'm thinking, look, I'll go him at the moment, but if there's better rookies, I'm thinking of maybe playing around some cash and upgrading him. I don't like him too much. I think Long is a better chance of a sub than him, but I wouldn't discount Chester being a sub as well, Matty.
Well, if his Chester's on the field, do put him on the bench. Like he's a D, he's a M like 12 really.
M11.
Well, that's how she is. So
All right. Well,
but there is a couple of who else we could talk about, George?
Well, Constable hasn't been officially been named at the time of recording, but he has. We're going to imagine he's a must, and I think on the field is safe enough. Practice game he scored 73.
Yeah. Ashcroft's been named. Mackenzie.
So Mackenzie and Ashcroft, I think you need to start them both. Mackenzie is not as much of a lock as Ashcroft, but he did score well against Collingwood in a pretty open game. I don't know if he's going to be getting them scores often, but against Essendon, you think you'd have to be rolling the dice and getting him. Wouldn't you think, Matty?
Yes or no. I'm kind of leaving him out of my side at this stage, just for now.
I understand. Money's tight.
Money is tight. Money is tight. And look, with the amount of players that I have in the midfield, that can easily turn into him.
That's a nice team. I'm liking Matty's team.
Oh, I only saved the best for last, champ. You really think I was going to stick with Tom Mitchell this whole time, guys?
But when we spoke about Tom Mitchell in the practice game, did you like what you said? You said, yeah, I like what I saw from Tom Mitchell.
I did.
Is there anything that you saw that would stop you from thinking it'd be a top?
I had a dream the other day.
Yeah, okay.
This week I was rank 2. And I missed out on rank 1 because Tom Mitchell scored higher than I should have got. So I should have got Tom Mitchell, would have been.
So you're not going to get him?
Well, based on that dream, no. I should. But anyway, no, I can't get him. I can't get him with Yeo out.
Wow.
But anyway, so Cam Mackenzie. Yeah, he's. I just don't feel comfortable. I think that him smashing Collingwood and getting 24 touches, I'd want to get him on the bench for Chester if I could find that extra 60k. Which I probably could with Darcy, Whitson to Darcy and putting that in, but I just want to look at the teams before I confirm.
Stop wrecking the team review.
Oh, look, I'm not revealing anything.
You are.
Well, who knows? I can change it by tonight, and I probably will because the teams are coming.
We'll probably all change it by tonight. The team revealed
tonight.
that it's coming today. Yeah. Now, there's not too many other ones, but I've just got a bit of news. Obviously, you already played. Tanner Bruin is playing.
Oh yeah.
Ollie Henry is playing.
Yep.
And Asaba Ratigulia is named.
Well, there you go. And Jack Bowles is not playing, guys.
Calf complaint.
Yeah.
I know all you guys saw that and loved it.
So all those, he would have been a Yeo replacement for me if he was named. Like,
I wouldn't have. There's not enough.
not enough. We know what his story is.
Now, do you think Braun, right? His name, amazing, is a sub risk? If you look at Geelong's team, which we don't have access to, I am trying to think of the likely people that will get subbed out for Geelong, and a young player that gets midfield stints like Tanner Braun could be a high. And for 300, that would just be absolute disastrous. What do you think, Manny?
Oh, champ, he's probably the one that is $300,000 that we want to get, and we must get him. Let's have a look how much. I think that he is a very, like, I'm kind of hoping he is not named, but I know he is. That he is. I know that he is. But now it just makes it, if he's named on the field, I'll be comfortable. But if he's named on the bench, I'll be pretty upset. So 13% of people.
But you know it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but it makes me feel better. You know, like if you pick Ollie Hollins and he's on the field, like...
Yeah, of course. I understand. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean
anything.
anything.
Explain to you guys, if they name the field instead of the emergency for not the Sunday games, it doesn't mean anything. It just makes me feel better.
How good would you have Hunter Clark and it's like, oh, Hunter Clark straight in the guts?
Or Hunter Clark on the extended interchange.
Yeah.
No.
You know, like... He'll probably get a game, but you know it just makes you feel better when they win the position. So yes, Draws, I agree. Tanner Bruin is probably my least favourite as far as.
Now, do you think he could be a sub?
Not this week.
Who else is in Jog's team that's likely to be a sub?
I need to see the teams. Like,
well, you know their players. I can't think of any of their players that could be more of a sub than him.
Is Rowan playing?
But Gary Rowan, they're not going to sub Gary Rowan. And to suggest that is stupidity of the highest level, and I've just wasted 15 seconds. 15
seconds of your life. Well, George, I don't know. Who do you think there will be anyone?
There could be one or two.
I reckon Radigali could be a sub.
Nah. Because he's a key position player.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of key position players that they can put in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes off sub because he's just too slow and, you know, he's getting killed. Let's have a look, chat. Maybe... Zach Guthrie, he could potentially be a sub.
No, mate.
Mark O'Connor can potentially be a sub.
Maybe Mark O'Connor.
Dempsey, I don't even think he's going to get a game. I'm just looking at the last. I know Brad Clough, they need Brad Clough. So, and a couple of those maybe.
But you'd be said there, he would be in their top 3 or 4 players that could get subbed.
Yeah.
Dangerous for a 300k player.
Well, if he needs to prove himself, and I think, look, and the good news, and midfielders always do kill Collingwood. So.
If he even plays, they'll probably put him in the forward line. You know, Brad Scott wants to keep all the cards close to his hand, like he says all pre-season. Yeah. I can't trust him. I hate fucking Scott. And I hate Ross Lyon as well.
Oh, I hate them all. Even Beveridge is the worst.
Beveridge is not bad.
He's a fucking idiot. What do you mean? You don't even know where your players are playing.
Yeah, they play bonked in the midfield this year.
Okay.
All
right, keep going, George.
Toby McLean, though. So Toby McLean, we haven't got any official news out. If he's on the interchange, what do you think?
I hate it.
If he's on the field,
I hate it.
You hate it? You don't want him for your bench? You don't want, you think he has some scoring potential? If Bacon can get 111 on the wing.
He proved nothing to us either in the intra-club match that we watched, he was everywhere. He was like as in everywhere, all over the place where, you know, deep forward, then forward flank, then wing. And that was when...
He's not going to get midfield time, that's for
That's what I'm saying. That's when both the midfield players...
But for 1-7... He just needs a 70, and he's getting 150k.
For 1-7, he has to be on the bench, and I don't think that's worth it until he does well. Until he gets 2 90s in a row, then I'll get him in. But if I can see him getting 50s and 60s for the first 2 games.
Or a 70. We'll see. Fergalicious has been named, Fergie Green. So on the bench, if there's not any other better rookies, there's a lot of pros and cons for Ferg. He's had great price. He's a seasoned AFL player. He played for the Bulldogs.
He's a must get in the forward line as
I wouldn't say must get.
I just think his drop.
I mean, if you got a McLean and say Davey,
Fergus Green's drop security is more better than McLean.
I mean, he's a forward in Hawthorn. That's Spooner.
Both of these players we're talking about are benches.
Yeah, but I don't like forwards in general in Supercoach to score well.
Nobody does.
Yeah, but like tall forwards.
He's not that tall. He
plays as a tall forward.
Green is linked to Bailey Fritsch.
Yeah.
This is what Herald Sun is saying. Green is likened to Bailey Fritsch by his...
Who likens these players? Like some fucking numpty goes, oh yeah, this young kid's like Dusty, you know? Fuck off.
Yeah, maybe he is.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe he is.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
So Bailey Fritsch isn't playing for Melbourne, so neither will Fergus Green in a couple of weeks.
I don't mind him.
I have him, but I'm not in love with him.
Stop breaking it.
No, true. Okay.
No, Fergus Green, he's all right. He's good for me. Will Phillips, champ. What do you think of that boy?
He's all right. We don't have any official news on him, but we imagine he'll be playing. And for the amount of CBAs I've seen him, he's in. He's in our must-have.
Yeah.
So, all right, maybe we give the rookie talk a rest and we get into something that's really sexy, some loopholes. Now, a lot of people...
Let me take over for here. So there's I did some analogies and researches on the vice captains and captains.
You've done some analogies on the vice
Some
captains?
analysis, sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't want to go like a...
So when you take over from me, it's...
Yeah, that's all right. Well, do you want me to go ahead? Okay, go ahead.
Now, so the loopholes, I wasn't talking about the captain loophole. I was talking about the actual loopholes. So Cowan as emergency.
Okay.
If Cowan gets 100, 120, we want that on the field, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to get in a loophole in your defence, like a Gilby from GWS the Milkman, and put him in there to get that 120?
Depends how... I don't know. What stock are you getting?
Dockley got 130.
And what's Hopper and Taranto getting?
You don't know that yet. Oh, okay, fine. Hopper got a 90 and Taranto got 110.
So clearly, we're in good prime position to be, top. So yeah, maybe if Carlton gets 120,
okay,
you'll have to put him on the
now
field
it's
for
the
round
Geelong game.
Yeah. Right.
And the Sava Radaglia is on the bench and he gets 100.
Wow.
So the thing is,
So
you can loop someone from every line, but I wouldn't be putting a 0 on every line. So like I want to, hypothetically, I want to really wait for the Melbourne and Bulldogs game, have Oscar Baker as an emergency, see if he does good. And I want to see if McLean in the forward line, if he's named, does good. And then I'll think about maybe putting Madden down there and McAndrew up there. What do you think, Matty?
Me too. I'm going for Will Phillips first against West Coast. I think...
that's not a bad option either.
Yeah, Will Phillips before Oscar Baker, because we don't even know Oscar Baker's going to get named. Hopefully he does. But yeah, Will Phillips for me is my emergency. I was running with Oscar Allen in my team to do that in emergency as well.
In the forward line. Because if you put Oscar Allen as an emergency in your forward line and he gets 150 against North Melbourne, which is not out of the realm of possibility, I'll be taking it and I'll be putting Madden down in your forward line and then just trading in McAndrew where Madden was, because we have, so this is what thing about round one, we have unlimited trades until the teams play, so we can pretty much have unlimited trades.
Just to get the first possible best score for round one. You can't do this every fucking week, of course not, but you can do it this week. I remember there was a couple, like last year I had Nick Martin and Jack Hayes come in from the bench, and I got in, someone that was going to play next week type thing to get those extra scores. Then when Heppel was injured the week after, that Dylan Stevens got 117. So, I wanted to trade Heppel out, but like, no. Yeah. Stevens got 117. I'm keeping Heppel to get that loophole.
So you can do that, guys. Maybe track the emergency on Cowan if you got him. Ollie Collins in the midfield, emergency if you got him. Who knows? These boys could go big. They could go over 100, and just let it pan out. You see, maybe you can. Then we'll start thinking about it a bit outside the box if you want to get some big scores. So you have a couple of opportunities to loop some good scores. Now, captains, Matty, go for it.
All right, George. Who do you think your best 3 captain choices are?
This week, with players in my team or not in my team? Because I don't have too many premiums.
Like in general.
Okay, so that's in general in Supercoach?
Yeah, I'll give you a hand here, champ.
I don't need a hand.
No, I'll give you a hand as far as to seeing who's playing who. You know what I mean? But all right, well, go if you don't need a hand.
I love a Clary. I think Clary would be one of the better captain choices against the Doggies. I just think Clary's a star. You can't... I wouldn't go with Neil because I know Port Adelaide do like to tag, which kind of errs me off Dunks a bit, but you think they'd tag Neil over Dunkley, but I think Dunkley can be due for some real good stuff. So my number 1 would probably be...
Clary?
Claza. And I was thinking Laird against GWS because Laird's just an unstoppable beast. They came out and said all that tagging bullshit. I still think Laird, top 2 for me. I'd be thinking about putting him captain. And... Look, not Neil, I wouldn't be too afraid to put the Bont captain either.
The Bont, hey? So mine, I reckon, would be... I disagree on Neil. I think if Horne-Francis is in the guts, he's clearly taken out the tagger. Because Horne-Francis, Rosé, you normally Drew or...
Well, Butters is down to a very low CBA. So I think they're still... They've got to put Drew somewhere. He's not a good forward. No. Like, where are they going to play him? They're going to play him in the guts.
Well... I think Neil is, because Neil does like to hurt Port Adelaide. He has before and he still will. I think...
Can you click on Neil and let's see his last 2 games against him?
Okay.
Because that's just for,
Just for shits and gigs, where is it?
it's better on the phone.
I think it's on the phone that you can do that.
It's really fucking stupid. If you ask me, Matty Zeebs.
No, I know, on the laptop. Well, he got 140 last time he played.
That was round 1, wasn't it?
Yeah. Got 140.
Can't really beat that.
Got 140 against Port Adelaide, so that's already off to a great start.
Yeah.
His highest score against Port Adelaide, by the way, is 177, which is his second highest score he's ever... No, he's got a lot of 190.
So you got 140, 130, 177. So he does pretty well against them.
He does very well against...
I'm not too sure why they wouldn't tag you.
You can't be stopped at Neil.
Tags Laird, but leaves Neil alone.
So Neil
is stupid.
Neil is pretty good as a vice-captain choice for sure. That's who my vice-captain is.
Oh, Matty, you're wrecking everything. Shut up.
Okay.
Now, another good vice-captain option is Doherty because...
Oh, yeah.
Doherty doesn't usually score big. He's not a huge averager compared to the other elite midfielders, but 136 average against Richmond the last 2 games.
So the people that have owned Doherty, 9% of those people that own Doherty have him in vice-captain
That's
right now.
That's
a lot. That's a lot.
I can see why he averages 136 against Richmond. So if some people have done that and it's paid off, happy days.
Yeah.
From whenever you're watching, you could be watching this on a Friday. Mm-hmm. But the most popular captain choice
is Oliver.
So
Oliver's in 26% captain and 8% of vice captain right there. Second comes in Laird with 19% captain choice, but he plays in the last round anyway, so you don't
He's
really...
a great captain choice.
So he's a great
captain choice. So you can't really vice captain him.
So Neil's 7%,
Captain.
Bont 7% captain, Brayshaw 3.7%, Miller 3%, McRae 2.7%, Dunkley, Petrarca 2, and Cripps 1.9.
The most popular vice captain choices, Matty, besides Doherty is second.
Bont number 1 at 10.7, and this isn't 10.7% of teams, it's 10.7 of people that own him have got him as a vice captain. If that makes sense?
Yes, mate.
Yes, okay, cool. Doherty 9.3, there you go, Jules. Oliver 8.3, Neil 7.6, Dunkley 5, Cripps 4, McRae 3.
We're going to talk some crazy now, some crazy out there options.
Jared Witts, it's a point of difference. It's a point. That's not
even crazy.
It's not even crazy.
The teams haven't been released, but if I see McAndrew in there, I'm thinking about a Witts vice captain if he's in my team.
Yeah, if he's in my team too. Yeah, definitely. But
you pretty much guess our whole team in this podcast.
But now Jared Witts vice captain, clearly not even 1% of teams as a vice.
Absolutely. If they were playing earlier, if GWS were playing earlier, right, I wouldn't be prone to chucking a VC on a Tom Green or a Kelly because I don't know where Green's ceiling is at the moment because he's looking like 130 comfortable. I'm not saying he's going to get that every week, but I'm saying against Adelaide, he's probably not going to get a tag that too often. I think Kelly's going to attract the bigger tag.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, champ, well, look, even if you do that loophole with Green, the bad thing about the GWS boys is because your loophole option is going to be Madden, who's GWS. So I'm
sure we'll have Cowan not playing.
Yeah, I'm sure Cowan will. So at this point, you can't really put any GWS boys captain, vice captain, if you've only got Madden as your 0.
So that has to be your captain.
Yeah, he has to be your captain. Yeah,
yep.
Which is do it.
Josh Kelly captain, Tom Green captain. Get out there, guys. I haven't let you down, so let me let you down at least once.
At least once. There you go, George.
But if you have Witts, strongly consider a Witts vice captain.
He should absolutely annihilate.
If he doesn't, I'll be very disappointed in him.
You don't have to be.
Because Ladhams is not very good.
Yeah, well, Took Miller, Anderson, and good old Rowell are going to be at the forefronts of...
Not Flanders, though.
Definitely not Flanders. But no, I think Witts is actually going to hit it to targets, and Took Miller's been resting his legs and resting up and ready for a big day.
Tookie's going to go ballistic.
Yeah.
Now, the captain's sorted. Matty, let's tell me at the moment. We'll spoil a bit of the team. Your vice captain and captain.
Right now, Geordie, it's Lachie Neale, vice against Port Adelaide. As Geordie explained earlier, he doesn't get anything below 130.
Lachie Neale in the team, that is crazy.
Yeah, and then here we go. Took Miller at the moment as my captain.
What?
Against...
So that's not even a Witts?
No. Well, I'll tell you what Took does against...
Wow, I didn't even see that in your team.
I'll tell you what Took does against Sydney. He loves to play them.
122.
He's got 122, he scored 144, 148 against them the game beforehand. So he does play well against them, but that can easily change. But look, I'm hoping...
Have you considered Doherty at all?
I thought about it when I saw that 9% of people that already have him have got him as a vice. So I thought,
this is fun. This is exciting. Supercoach has started. Matty, for me, I haven't really put my team. So when I put my team up, it's not going to reflect that. But I'm probably going to go Witt's vice captain or Bond vice captain into Witt's captain. I think something special like that.
Yeah, no, fair enough, George.
Now Matt Zeebs.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Champ, could I just say one interesting stat about Lockie Jones?
You can say
How much
Lockie Jones or Liam Jones?
Liam Jones, sorry. He skyrocketed in 40% of ownership.
Oh, that's got to be Yeo.
Like,
And everyone laughed at us when we said he was a must-have in our first must-have videos.
Now look at him.
Yeah.
Now he's laughing.
He comes laughing back. He's probably going to score 30, but you still got him in your team.
Because he's not in my team anymore. No, he is.
And for all the Supercoach Masters and the Supercoach Master community that I have not got back to on Facebook, guys, I can't. No, I got to do my own team.
We've got to do our own team. You.
I appreciate everyone's like, I appreciate you're busy and then you still send your team. I got to do my team.
Oh, thank God he took me off that list. It was about 2 weeks ago.
You're coming back.
Jordan's like, oh no, it's getting too confusing because I'm writing back and
so
we don't know
we're both commenting on posts.
We're both commenting on posts at the same time under the same banner. I'm like, Jordan, just do it. And now look who's just resting up and...
Yeah, you can rest up. I'm going to rest up too, but it's not going to reply.
Fair enough.
All right, so also, very awesome guys. Supercoach Edge, we're going to do a collab with them next week.
Good.
I don't know how the logistics is going to work. Do a part 1, part 2. Just
come on over, guys.
Come on over to our house, guys. I don't know, they're Victorian.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Supercoach Edge. I don't know, something about their voice is just really calming and easing. They should write meditations or something.
Now we are full of coffees, as you can see. So we're just full of really coffees.
Coffees, guys. Give us more coffees now.
Fucking stupid. Don't have another one. All right, don't get distracted by these stupid cauliflower chips with the...
You didn't like the broccoli ones. You don't like the cauliflower. I'm going to have to try snow peas or something. Now,
no, just get a...
Footy tips, Matty.
Yeah.
Richmond, Carlton, who do you like?
That is a loaded question. I like...
Just give us your tips.
It's the hardest one I did. Okay, I like Carlton.
Carlton, I'm going Richmond. All right, Collingwood, Geelong.
I love Geelong.
Okay, I got Geelong as well. North, West Coast.
I think West Coast.
I think West Coast. Port or Lions?
Lions.
I got Lions as well. Melbourne or Western Bulldogs?
Melbourne.
I got Melbourne too. Suns or Swans? That's Suns.
The Swans.
Or HEBS.
Swans.
I got Swans
I really would love the Suns to upset them, but Swans. Because if Suns win...
I know you hate Sydney. So GWS at GWS or Adelaide?
GWS.
Same. Hawks or Essendon?
I could go either way, but probably Bombers.
I'm not going to go either way. It's going to go Bombers. St Kilda or Freo?
Freo.
So, do we have the exact same? Same for the
except the first game. Yeah.
Now, Matt, do you have any multi specials for the guys out there? Guys, we want to make you rich. So,
look, I did one this morning. I love my unders and overs because obviously when you follow Supercoach, you kind of know everyone.
we've got to get back to Supercoach. Every time you love story about gambling, tell me the bet.
All right, cool. Blake Acres under disposals.
Under what?
I got it under 22.
Okay.
Hopper over.
Yeah, over what?
25.
Yeah.
And Baker over 20.
Okay. I got just a simple head-to-head one for the guys that want something simple. Freya's a shoo-in. Essendon's a shoo-in. And West Coast for value, $1.96, guys. Put that in. Put $1,000 on it. $1,000 on it. Just whatever you got lying around. Make yourself some money. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So there's the tips. Now it's time for some fucking team reveals. Matty.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
You want to do yours first or mine first?
Chuck it up.
All right, let's chuck Matty's team up and let's have a look. All right. We'll start at the top half, which is defence and mid. Is that how you want to go?
Oh, yeah. So defensive mid. So we've got Doherty, Ridley.
Liam
Jones. So what you see different here is Yeo turned into a McKenna.
Oh, my God.
Which I
really hope the best for you because I want to run
we got Cohen. We've got some backups. So we got Cohen as an emergency.
By the time you're watching this, you probably know what Cohen scored, guys. I don't know if it's good or bad, but we'll find out.
But look, I'm willing to risk the gauntlet. Risk it all.
Risk that ranking when he gets a 30 and subbed off.
Let's hope not. All right, I'm straight in the guts.
Wait. I want to talk about this McKenna more. I really want this structure to work.
Me too.
Because I would love to run something like that.
Yeah. I really hope so too.
But when McKenna gets 30 and subbed off...
So look, hopefully McKenna can string about hopefully McKenna can string about 6 games to do some good scores, even maybe like a Cohen, who knows, maybe one of them will get dropped and I could do some sub things.
McKenna gets dropped.
Yeah, McKenna gets dropped maybe.
No, let's go to the midfield because I see another interesting line.
All right, so now we got Neil, Neil took Miller, Green,
Boo! Where's Tom Mitchell?
No, he's not here, guys.
Are you admitting defeat? Give him the cash.
No, I'm not in defeat. I might charm him. He might come in. Who knows? Lipinski's out, so I think his CBA times might stay in.
I mean, when Taylor Adams goes in, that's when you.
That's when you
bring in Tom Mitchell.
That's when you bring in Tom Mitchell, but not Lipinski.
Lipinski doesn't.
Because Josh Dacos and all the side bottoms, they sometimes do a couple of CBAs, and usually Lipinski will take that. Well, that's why it's out.
Took Miller and Neil. That's so different. Where's Laird?
Okay, so Neil, Miller, Green, Setterfield, Hopper, Warple, Wanganeen Malira comes in.
Jesus Christ,
and
talk about a POD.
So Wanganeen Malira comes in. He's going to be defence in 6 weeks, which I'll spruce up the defence once that
you
comes
get
through.
Replace that McKenna.
Yeah, McKenna can get traded out.
Can I ask you, who's he going to go up for?
Oh, you got Constable there, and plus I could probably. You're probably right, Champ. I probably would trade out. So we've got a couple of DPPs with Gibneys and Constables. One of these guys is surely going to come out, so I can throw Chesser back there as well. So on the bench, Phillips, Baker, Chesser. So I can see the most work that I'm going to be doing in trades will probably be around probably making that defence legitimate enough to play on ground.
Or round one.
No, this is it for round one.
Fuck yeah.
So that's there. So let's go to the next bit. So we've got Jared Richard Marshall. Nothing's changed there. Forwards, a little bit has changed.
A lot has changed.
So we've got Dunkley, Rose, Taranto, Goulden, Fife and Bruin.
Look at these messages go. What's the plan with Yeo out? Look at these messages I just got. This is just since the podcast started.
What's the plan? George, just put it on mute.
Here's the team, mate. Yeah, with a question. Can you help?
Oh, poor guys.
Guys, I'm trying to help you. I got to help myself. I can't help myself.
This is how we're helping. So hopefully...
Watch my team and just copy it.
Yeah, do that. Watch Geordie's team, definitely.
Oh, Maddie's.
No, Geordie's. And that's it, George. So what do you think?
I'm going to change the team right now. I'm going to give you some stats that's going to make you change, at least one change.
Okay.
Now, I saw Freo was posting last time we played St Kilda, this is how it went. And it's all these highlights, and it looked so good. Fife was getting the ball. He kicked like 3 goals, and then he was just all these highlights, and it looked amazing. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go check that game. I'm going to see what Fife scored. And he got like 22 disposals, 3 goals, and he got like a 96 only.
That's what he does.
So I'm like thinking, all right, I'm not going to get Fife out of my team. So Fife, I got out, and then...
I just think St Kilda are lost at the moment, and I think Fremantle are absolutely going to annihilate them.
$1.50, guys, $1.50, $1.40.
I honestly think Fremantle are going to annihilate them, and Fife, I don't think there's no one in St Kilda's backline that can kind of stop what Fife does.
I don't think...
You can name me one player.
His kicking efficiency.
That's okay. Well, is it at the G? Where is it?
It's at St Kilda.
Okay, so it's not like the windy conditions.
No, I'm sure there's a dome.
Blistering. I like what he's going to be doing.
Marvel Stadium, Telstra Dome, whatever you want to
No, I'll give Fife a go.
You won't. After I told you that, he won't be in your team. Guys, guaranteed, Matty's going to take out Fife. He gives this face. I guarantee you, Matty, like he's stubborn at first every time I tell him.
If anyone I'm going to take out Bruin.
He's going to take out Fife. I guarantee there'll be no Fife in Matty's team. Now, Matty, I like the team. I love the Took Mill. I love the Lockie Neal. Mm-hmm. Where is Clary and Laird? Are they close to coming in the team?
Mate, I don't have enough money.
Fair enough. Now, Jack Steele.
Did
you want him at all?
I do.
If you could get one more premium, who would be the next one to come in?
Laird? Yeah, so if we're going to do this again, the ones that I really want in my team is Laird, Oliver, Tom Stewart, Caniglio.
Just the most expensive players.
Well, yeah, we normally do the top 5 players that we want in our team, so it'll be Laird, Caniglio, Stewart,
if you had
Oliver.
If you had another 300k, how'd you spend it?
300k? Oh, George, 300k probably.
Being generous a bit. You don't want to put it in the back line, do you?
No, not 300k is not enough money.
You can get that Jones up to a day cost.
No, I'll probably get Malira into a steal.
Love it. So, okay, awesome. Ask me that question. That's Matty's team. Not too bad.
I think your team. Show me yours.
I think it's my favourite team so far. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. This is it. Stewart.
That looks like mine.
Doherty, Ridley, Jones, Gibney, Constable, Wilmot and Cowan. I got Bont, Kelly, Green, Setterfield.
Setterfield comes in.
Hopper, Callahan, Ashcroft, McKenzie. I don't have enough room for a Warple.
Yeah.
Witts, Marshall. And in the forward line, I got Dunkley, Rosie, Taranto, Goulden, Braun, McLean. I also got 23k. I could always downgrade Setterfield to a Warple, put that into McLean and get a Flanders. So So that's what I'm running with at the moment. Obviously, it's going to depend. I'm just waiting for some more rookies to drop to kind of change it up a bit.
So, Jordy, that was my first team reveal backline with Stewart, Doherty, Ridley, and you bagged the shit out of me.
You didn't have Ridley in your first team reveal.
Oh, so yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, so Stewart, Doherty, Dacos, and Yeo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jordy's gone to that structure. And 2 premiums with a Tom Green, not bad. George, that forward line, I don't trust McKenzie on the field. But
McKenzie?
Yeah.
No, well, he's on the field.
Well, you can always do the loophole there with Phillips and McKenzie, I guess. Ruck, fine. Your forward line, yep, very similar to mine. Toby McLean. I know you don't like that on the field.
I don't, but if he's named on the field, I mean, you need to get him, but you can't really spend 1.7 on the bench.
Okay, so if you can conjure, I'd rather Oscar Allen than Toby McLean on the field. If you can get another 10.
Yeah, I know you would, but I like McLean more.
His job security and the way that he played in the inter-club action and that practice game, his role was so cucks. He's so bad. Like, it was just so.
I'm not completely off McLean.
Not on the field. So you got McKenzie and McLean on the field, but obviously you have to increase the back line. So really, the only difference to our backline champ is you got a Stewart, I got a McKenna, but I think McKenna's more job security than McLean at this point.
I thought you were going to say than Tom Stewart.
No, than Tom Stewart, no, definitely not. But no, I like the team. We've got the 3 premiums in the middle.
Now, I really want to get a Warple into this team, but there's only so many of these players you get if you get 3 primos. You can't really get a Setterfield, Hop, and the McKenzie. Because McKenzie, for 1.8, I want to be playing him on the field. I can't afford to have 1.8 and 1.7 on the bench. But yeah, I'm still playing with it, guys. It probably most definitely likely will be changed before the final. Because we change it all the time up to whenever we need to. So we've got to really suit the rookies.
Good stuff. I like it, George. I think your defence looks way stronger than what you've been carrying. That's the strongest defence I've seen your team reveal all year.
Yeah, and look, I was even contemplating getting a Dacos for Jones as well. Like, I was going to get like a Kelly down to Warple and put that money in to get a Dacos.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's like, would you rather Kelly and Jones or a Dacos and Warple? It's really hard to
Very hard, yep. No,
and I was also playing with downgrading Stewart to a Dacos or a Isaac Cumming, putting that money into McLean and getting the Flanders or something like that. So there's a lot of things I'm playing with. I'm also, with the money I have, putting into Kelly and getting a steal.
Chip, can I ask why don't you have our boy talk? Because he's fit already and
because he's 660 and I can't afford any players that are over 640.
Fair enough, George.
Yeah, and besides, if I had to get one person at that price, I only have, look, if you look at my team, I only really have one player over 605.
How many premiums do you have in your team there?
I think 11 or 12. Let's go.
Count them out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
Yeah, 12. Same as me.
So, yeah, look, we'll see what happens with the teams, guys, but this is what we're rolling with at the moment. Obviously, Carlton and Richmond hasn't played yet in our time zone. So, who knows, it could be changed from them, but I hope you really enjoyed this master preview. We're going to do a master review Monday, and we'll be looking at all the games, all the overperformers, underperformers.
For sure.
Trades. Because there will be trades. Because we're going aggressive.
I want to ask a question.
I love questions, Matty.
I think in the next 3 rounds we can kind of do these pre-seasons on early because there's no price changes. But when the price changes comes out, it doesn't really happen on that Sunday night. You've got to wait till like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go straight in on Monday, don't we?
So maybe we'll do a Monday after work.
We've got to do it straight on Monday. And the good news is, what I've realised, I was speaking to Jamie George's older brother today, there is so many Thursday night games this year.
There is. I already seen
They are so many, and I love that. Something to do.
I do love Thursday night games, but it's not good for podcasting.
It's not good, I know. But I just love Thursday night games. And it's Thursday today, and it's Thursday night. It's 4:22. I want to go home, have some dinner, and get ready to see all the teams come out.
All right, guys, let us know what you thought of Maddie's team and my team.
Obviously, don't look at the team. Yeah, like obviously when this is released, the teams would
look
easily
at this.
be out.
Yeah, because we'll just quickly go.
Timestamp, it's 4:22 right now.
Yeah, and look, if you got any questions, guys, just chuck them in the comments. We look forward to doing a master review for you. I think on the Monday, and then we'll do another preview of the round coming. Happy days, guys. Thanks for a great pre-season.
Are you excited? I'm fucking excited. Say it. All right. Stop it. All right, George. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have some dinner at 4:20.
Now, you want Crips?
Do I want Cribs? Last chance to get Cribs.
Last chance to get Crips, guys.
Last chance to get
Are you winning Crips?
Champ. Dean Fields. Does he's gonna get Hewitt? Last chance to get Hewitt.
Don't get
Dean.
him, Dean.
Don't get him, Dean.
I try to. So, if you want to get into the Kickstart Hall of Fame, make sure you go visit. Shout me a goddamn coffee. Now, that being said, we are done. See you guys.
See ya.
Much love. Good luck for your first week of Supercoach.
Good luck. Oh, whooping hammers.